Welcome to another episode, everyone. Oh, wow, this is crazy. Adam22 is trying to get Spoety Face put in prison. Looks like he's snitching on Spoety Face. Man, check this out. This is Spoety Face speaking himself. He's reacting to Adam. Check out what Adam is saying about Spoety Face. I hope everyone learns their lesson about this nonsense that they have going on over there. These culture vultures. Everyone who leaves No Jumper ends up having a problem, either going to jail or that's been there, or ends up getting into it with Adam one way or another. But these individuals don't get that while they're there with him.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy Spoety Face back with another fire reaction, man. If you ain't already liked, comment, and subscribe to my channel, make sure you do so immediately, man, expeditiously. Make sure you hit that notification bell too, so anything that I drop, things like reactions, interviews, or just giving my take on things, stuff like that, pop culture, current events, you know, street life, whatever it is, man, y'all get it here first. You know, I'm on my quest to 50,000 subs, man. I appreciate y'all for getting me here thus far. We halfway here. I need y'all.
Yeah, I was fast, boy. Y'all got Spoety Face there fast. He was asking for y'all to sub up to him when he left No Jumper, and y'all turned him up overnight. Man, I dream about that sort of stuff. Damn, get me to 60. I'm at 50. Just get me to 60. He finna get to 50. Started with 9 or something. Get me to 60,000 real quick. Can y'all subscribe to the channel? The Inside Story with me, Spoety Face's uncle, Damian Porter. Jeez. Share the love. But check this out. This is crazy. Shout out to my nephew here, Spoety.
I help. I'm gonna need y'all help to give me the 50,000 subs. I don't think that's
you on your way, Spoety. Get him there.
A big axe. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got me. I know all my supporters, man. You know what I'm saying? Got me. So again, like I said, if you haven't already like, comment, subscribe to my page, man. Make sure y'all do so right now. It'd be highly appreciated. I appreciate the engagement, whether it's love or hate. Just give me some engagement, man. You know, I don't like to keep my good peoples, my good subs waiting. So we gonna get right into it, man. Y'all see the name of the title. I'm pretty sure y'all know what's going on. Let's get right into the content, man.
And the name of the title is Adam22 Snitches on Spoety Face and Munchie B. That's Spoety Face's title. Adam22 Snitches on Spoety Face and Munchie B. Man, look at this. I only saw like a couple of minutes of it and said, whoa.
Yeah. What do you feel about, because you came in here, you had a lot of camaraderie with Spoety you've developed, you know what I'm saying? You felt like he was a great guy. That's why you even wanted to spar with him podcast-wise and in the ring. What do you feel about Adam running him off? For the record, J Hood ran him off. But that was an agent of...
Nobody ran me off. Me and J Hood are not even beefing. Nobody ran me off. So if anybody ran me off, you ran me off. Nobody ran me off. Me and J Hood are cool. We done talked on the phone a couple times. It's nothing like that. I don't beef with that man. That man don't beef with me. So I don't know what he's...
Right. Of course. But this guy here wants there to be some beef between you two and between any other black man that comes in the building. That's why these black individuals need to stop licking Adam22's balls. When you're there with him, and defending him, I can name many individuals that has defended him. Every time Adam calls, they pick up the phone. They can be in the middle of getting down with their wife, in the middle, I mean stroking and about to make baby number 4. But before they can even get it out to make baby number 4, Adam called and they stop. We done seen it many times. And wife like, what's up? Keep going. We almost there. Hold on, baby, stop. This is Adam. Adam's on the line. Everything must stop when Adam calls. No, man. I'm not about to make this about Adam or discriminating or hating on Adam or whatever. I react to some of his content sometimes, sent me to strike, of course, as we all know, or what have you. But I've been saying that the nonsense going on over there at No Jumper is just that. Someone in the comments called it a minstrel show. I would agree for the most part a lot of the time. And here we have a situation. Adam says, I didn't run him off. J Hood ran him off. J Hood didn't run him off. They didn't even have a fight. And it wasn't the argument or being, he just doesn't want to. So let me get this right. You seen Spoety Face's video, Adam22 seen the video because he said that to Transmission the other day that he seen the video with Spoety Face saying that he quit no jumper. So you watched the video and you watched and listened to Spoety Face saying that the reason he's leaving is because, essentially, to paraphrase, is a toxic work environment. That he left the streets to get away from the gang nonsense and the gang culture and violence and squabbles and all this. And he doesn't want to have to endure this at work, experience this at work. No one does. Which one of you want to go to work wherever you work? McDonald's, construction, at the hospital? Who cares? Wherever you work, you're going to work and it's constant tension and people wanting to fight you and people have weapons and all that. You just, who wants to be around that? You can be the toughest person. You still don't want to be around that. It's not about being tough or not. You don't want to be around that sort of nonsense, particularly if you know your temperament and know that you're going to end up on death row with these dudes up in here playing. I'm going to end up on death row. Not with life in prison. Death row. It's going to be so bad. Yeah, I'm cut down all y'all up in there. Y'all playing. So, Spoety said, as we know, and as we seen in his video, that he was just leaving, no jumper, to get away from that toxic environment, get away from the violence, or the potential violence or what have you. Nothing about J Hood, nothing having to do with J Hood, nothing about him being scared or worried about J Hood. Adam seen that video. He seen it. He said as much, that he seen the video. But instead of coming on here and apologizing to Spoety Face or contacting Spoety Face behind the scenes, letting them know that that's going to all be cleaned up. He had made reference that he may move J Hood to the Monday show and this, that, and the other. You know, he was acting like he was trying to figure it out at first. Perhaps he's changed his mind since then about trying to shuffle things around him to make his podcast work. Because you don't want to lose Spoety Face. But perhaps he's changed his mind because now he sends out a shot like that. I didn't run him off. J Hood ran him off. No, he told you what ran him off. He made a whole video that pretty much went viral. He's been booming ever since then, proving, I'm sure to himself, Spoety Face, that he doesn't need no jumper at all. His channel's booming right now. He getting a lot of views, subscribers, and just went crazy. And it's continuing. It wasn't just a couple of videos. Every one he dropping now is blowing up. So he went viral on his own with his own video about quitting no jumper. And he said, he asked his viewers, subscribers, man, turn me up. I didn't stop no jumper. Well, about to be doing I'm on my own podcast now. I'm on my own. Y'all get me going over here. At that time, I think he had 11,000 subscribers when he asked about that. This was a few days ago. And the people responded, turned him up, subscribed by the thousands overnight. Got his videos up to over 100,000. It's booming. He don't need no jumper. He does not need no jumper. Make his own money, take control of his own narrative, tell his own story, and bring the stories to the culture from his perspective, someone who's actually from the culture. This is something that we all need to do, as I've been saying over the last few days, get our own podcast, and we tell our story. These individuals just throwing fuel in the fire. They just want to see black men hurt one another playing us against one another constantly. Everyone. 4 Extra stopped, didn't want to take any responsibility, any accountability for 4 Extra quitting. 4 Extra said that he was hurt because you laughed at him when his hand got blown off and brought some enemies on the podcast and started laughing with them. And instead of admitting that he laughed, and there was proof that he laughed about it, he started blaming 4 Extra for everything, made rap songs and everything else. Just disgusting. And the fact that this stuff is tolerated is even more disgusting.
Talking about, again, he want to try to be humorous, and slide little things in there, but that's incorrect, and that's a false narrative right there. Nobody ran me off. I left on my own accord, but of course he's going to say that to try to make me feel a certain type of way so I can come back. Give or take, he probably don't want me. And that's fair too, because I don't want to come back. So it's all love. I'm not tripping. I'm not mad at him.
Backwoods is agent of you.
I mean, that's the narrative that people are running with. But for the record, I asked Spoety if he was cool with J Hood coming on the pod, and he said yes. And I didn't know that them having a disagreement about whack was going to result in them basically challenging each other to a fight.
It's a lie. That's a lie. J Hood was already there. You never asked me one time. Was I good with J Hood coming on the pod? You never asked me that one time. I was ambushed. The first episode of No Jumper, when J Hood came on the platform, I never knew he was coming. I never, not one time, knew he was coming. When he walked in the room.
Well, that's crazy. That sounds familiar. I could have swore I just covered an episode a couple of days ago, just a couple of days, with Munchie B, when he was reacting to Adam's video with him and J Hood squashing their beef. Adam had brought them together, or come to find out, not necessarily so, because sitting right there on that podcast, Adam said to Munchie B and J Hood, who again were sitting down at the table to squash their beef. I talked to you, J Hood. You said you were cool with having Munchie B on and squashing the beef. I talked to Munchie B. He said he was good with having you on to squash the beef. And Munchie B was reacting to that on his channel, Morals Over Money. And he said, that's a lie. Adam never asked me if I was cool with J Hood coming on the podcast to squash our beef. He never asked me that, ever. He just brought him on. Now we hear someone else, my nephew, saying that Adam never asked him to bring J Hood on. Instead, he just brought him on. Yeah, Adam just sat right here, like he did on the podcast with Munchie B and J Hood, and said, I asked you, and you said yeah. So he's just bringing people on. Plays. This is why people saying he playing with people and playing with people's lives up there. You bringing people on, people may have an issue with thinking it's a game. Man, someone told me in the comments with it, man, he up there on what days he up there at No Jumper. You really want to get him? I'm not going to No Jumper to do nothing. Cutting everybody down in that motherfucker. Go to death row. These dudes playing.
When he walked in the room, that's when I found out J Hood was going to be on the podcast. Adam22, that's a lie. That's a lie. You're telling a lie right now. I never knew. The first episode, unless I just forgot, but I remember things like that. Adam22 never, ever told me J Hood was going to be a part of the Tuesday show. He never asked me, never told me. Then once he was on there, for the next episode, he asked me, like, he said, mention something, we're going to be trying people out for Young and Hefe spot or whatever the case is. And of course, me, I didn't have no problem with J Hood, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. I didn't know the guy that have a problem with him. So of course, why would I have a problem with him? And on top of that, even if I did have a problem, I'm never going to block nobody. I'm never going to tell you to, don't have him on a pod. Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I block somebody money? Or why would, if I had a problem with him, we could have just took it out back, or I would have just told him when we have a problem with it. But once he asked me, I'm like, or mentioned it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. But initially, he never told me not one time that J Hood was coming on the podcast. When J Hood walked in on that Tuesday show, I was shocked just as much as you guys was. So that's a lie. That's the first lie right there.
Right, which didn't happen because Spoety Face went and got something.
Well, actually, that's the second lie that he told. Because the first lie he told, he said J Hood ran me off, and nobody ran me off. So that's lie number 2. He's saying that you hit me up and asked me, was I cool for J Hood to come on the podcast? You never asked me.
Out of his car as opposed to actually engaging in a fight.
And that's a whack narrative that you've been running with too, because we don't have any proof of that other than Wack saying that.
Well, I've been told that by various people,
J Hood and Wack,
including people who won't say it on camera.
Are you?
For the record.
Yeah, see, and Moose Man is the only one that will stand up to Adam. He's the only one that I've seen that challenges Adam. That's it. He does it with a smile on his face most of the time. I mean, he's not necessarily confrontational and aggressive. So you may say he's not challenging Adam. He's challenging Adam. He's done it before. He told Adam, you saying all this stuff, but how come you allow Wack to be in here causing all of this havoc? Said it right there to his face on the podcast before. So no, he stands up, particularly in comparison to everyone else who just sits there and freaking smiles at him. Everything he fucking say, his feet sitting there right there in their face with his socks off stinking, and they just smile like they smell like flowers. He called the other dude a gay mob boss the other day. A gay mob boss. I started to get into that, but I'm done with that. I don't even want to, comment on this dude anymore, much less run content on him whatsoever. But he called him a gay mob boss. Sure y'all know about that. Y'all saw that. Y'all heard that. And dude just laughed. He said, do I call you gay? That's his response. Dude called him a gay mob boss. Adam22 called this big old Pyru killer a gay mob boss to his face. And he said nothing about Adam's dead mama. Said it to his face. Gay mob boss. And his response was, do I call you gay? Why you gonna get at me? Then he started laughing. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that that's what he is. He's gay. Everybody knows it. But Moose Man, he'll stand up to Adam. At least. He just said, no, that's only person told y'all that was Wack and J Hood. Only people that told you that Adam was, so we can't take, what are you talking about? He the only one say, right? These other dudes sitting there, they ain't said that. Dopo ain't said that. Ricky ain't said that. Moose Man the only one speaking up.
I went to my car, but I never got anything out of my car. I placed my glasses in my car. I never got nothing out of my car. This is a fact. This is a fact. My mother's soul, I never got anything. I never got no nothing on my car. They got the story mixed up. They don't got it right. They think they close, but they don't have the story right. I never, when I put something in the car, when I open my car door, I put my glasses inside my car. Put my glasses inside my car. That's why if you notice when I come back, I don't have my glasses on. I don't have my glasses on because I put my glasses in my car. This is a fact. See what I'm saying, y'all? See how it's adding up? People just be lying on me. When I came back in the pod, I didn't have my glasses on because they was in my car. Because they was in my car. That's why I never put my glasses back on. Because I didn't want to. Plus, they was in my car. That's a lie. All these false narratives, they lying, bro. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. You making it seem like you know the story. And why you talking about what I did you know what I'm saying? Anyway, on a pod, this is what we talking about, y'all. Just listen to him.
You serious? I don't know about that.
Okay, wait. No, that's not up for debate.
I think that is up for debate. That's straight from Wack and J Hood. That is absolutely up for debate.
That's coming from people I've talked to.
Man, shout out to Moose, man. Shout out to Moose, man. Man, Moose Man is the people champ. I think Moose Man is my favorite person on No Jumper, bro. One of them at least, for sure. Moose Man be standing up on me. He be standing up for me. He be standing on business, man. He the only one that be challenging Adam or when it be false narratives when it comes up about people. Shout out to you, Moose Man. I respect you, bro.
Exactly.
I take my hat off to you. Shout out to Moose Man, bro.
Exactly.
Because that is an Adam. I mean, that is a whack 100. You know what I'm saying? Rat no 100 narrative. That's not the truth. That's not even what happened. J Hood is not even saying that's what happened. J Hood not even saying that's what happened. I put my glasses in my car. Yeah. That was about it. That was about it. Shout out to you, Moose.
And that's coming from the person who has access to the cameras.
But they said that when they tucked off, they went around the corner.
I got cameras up and down this whole block.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. That's a whack and J Hood theory. We're not believing that as fact right off the bat.
We did see.
Throw the footage then.
Exactly.
Throw the footage then. I didn't get nothing.
You got cameras up and down this block. So you saying you got footage of the fight, Adam? Because there was no fight. Spoety Face said there's no fight. He's not lying about that. And now J Hood has said that there was no fight. There was no fight. So you threatening that you have cameras up and down a building, up and down the street, does what? You don't have any footage of a fight? Like just stoking the flames, fomenting violence in our community. See how he was just laughing in Spoety Face's face while he was there working for him these last few months? But now soon Spoety Face stands up for himself and leaves. You see how Adam gets to throwing him under the bus? This is crazy, man.
Now my car, I play something in my car. This is a fact. This is a fact. And why you even, man, that's crazy. I see what Munchie B talking about now, bro. Like everything is content. He don't care what he gonna say. He gonna talk about it if he put you in a situation. If they put you in a situation in order for your freedom to be online. Like, how do you not see that this not cool though? Like, these are your employees. These are the people that you supposed to, you know what I'm saying, have respect for. You working for, whatever. Nobody love each other or whatever the case is, but just respect, bro. Like, you talking about something that can get people indicted. You talking about something that can have you go to jail. Like, I'm lost how these even a topic. Fools, talk about it as content, but why you got to put the extras on there? Oh, he did this, he did. Come on, y'all. What we doing here, bro?
Okay.
How come in that moment you didn't say like, hey, yo, nah. Like, I'm not cool with that.
Who am I to tell two big menacing Crips that they're not allowed to go shoot the friendly? Now, if
You're the CEO.
You could have made that
They
call.
want to leave the building. I told them, don't do it in my parking lot. They said, okay, we're going to go down the street.
Crips enforcing officers.
If I knew that one of them was going to take it to the level of going and get the whoop-de-whoop, then I would have been more concerned. But if they wanted to just go have a little like friendly in the parking lot, I mean, that's not really my problem, right? I didn't think it was that big a deal.
First of all, it's alleged.
Yeah, it's not a big deal because it's just two brothers going out there. You wouldn't want your son or your brother going out there to fight and harm each other because a fight can hurt too. Fights kill people. People get brain damage, brain aneurysm. You can knock your eye out. It can be permanent damage. And it's not just a friendly fight. It can turn dangerous. You just sit there, two big, strong, menacing Crips. Two big, strong, menacing Crips. This is the picture that he's painting of these individuals. This is the picture that he's painting of his employees, of these black men. Two big, strong, menacing individuals. Not strong, calm, and intelligent men, but big, menacing Crips. The media apparatus paints this picture of black men in this country as being aggressive and menacing and threatening, even though these are the most violent people in the history of the earth. They try to convince the world and have done a good job that we are violent. Sick. This is the people that turns on everybody that works for them, at one point or what have you, that don't want to be there anymore. You make it hard for someone to come back or want to come back. Could have had 4 extra on there all this time. 4 extra would have came back. You make it hard for people to come back. Once they done broke away from you, maybe they just need a few days or whatever to decompress, like Munchie B did the first time, then you make it hard because you get to saying other stuff after they leave, just disparaging and denigrating the people who you just laughing in their face.
I didn't have nothing, y'all. I didn't go court, get the car, do nothing. I don't have nothing. I don't keep nothing on me. Everything that he said is a lie. This is alleged. I didn't have anything on me. I didn't pull out anything. I didn't go to my car and get anything. And then you're right. That's two grown men. Absolutely, me and J Hood, we could have handled that on our own. But I wasn't looking for no help whatsoever. I was cool. I was straight and confident. But when you say you're not in that,
yeah, and I remember, when Lil Richard with the bald head, Lil Richard was getting into it with Moose Man, fake turned up on Moose Man and going crazy, ready to squabble him, right? Ready to squabble Moose Man. Won't squabble nobody else. He's ready to squabble Moose Man. Come outside! Come outside! Threw a water bottle, hit him in the head, the water bottle, and pressing up on him and all of that. You think this is a game? You playing with me, bro? You playing with my name. Fake turned up, fake nutty. No punch was thrown, nobody was hurt. It was like Hollywood at the end of the day. Big old fake pump fake hold me back. But I recall Adam being adamant that Lil Richard wasn't going to put his hands on Moose Man. Adam jumped in front of Moose Man. Adam telling him, man, you got to sit down. And then finally Adam telling him, you got to go. You got to lead a podcast. Licks Adam's balls so much and just can't live without no jumper. He's begging to stay, basically, still sitting down and not leaving. But Adam told him, you got to go. Get out of the podcast. He didn't tell Moose Man he had to go. He told his son that he had to go, Lil Richard, in favor of Moose Man. But Adam made sure, that's my point, that there was going to be no fight in his building, that Moose Man was not going to be attacked by anyone on that day, in his building, outside of his building, any of that. You got to go. You starting trouble here. You got to go, he told him. But when it's Spoety Face and J Hood, he says, I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't think it was a big deal. They go out there and fight, have a little friendly fight, go down the street. I just didn't want it to happen in my building. Wake up. Start our own podcast. Probably gonna get another strike after this.
but you wouldn't even fight Jason Love, but you threw your body. You was gonna sacrifice your body in front of Whack No Honey for Moose. You don't think that's a little contradictory? Adam22.
And I haven't even seen it. I stopped it before I played it. I stopped it earlier with Spoety Face, so I didn't see this part. But that's what I just said.
I needed your help. I'm not even saying I wanted your help. I appreciate that you didn't get in there. That's two real G's. I'm cool. I wasn't looking for no help. Didn't want the help. I appreciate you not even getting in that type of business. But you can't say, what was the difference between the Whack and Moose situation, then the Spoety Face and J Hood situation? I didn't want no help. I didn't need no help. So basically what you saying, you thought Moose Man needed help. You thought the Mexican needed help. The two black men, go let them kill each other. But when a black man trying to get at a Mexican or another white person, you're going to intervene by all means necessary, is what you're trying to say right here, Adam. Come on now, Adam. Listen to what you're saying. And this with all due respect. But again, I appreciate you not getting it. I didn't need your help, nor did I want your help. I had this situation handled. Me and J Hood had this situation handled. We two men. We know how I go. We've been a part of the streets our whole life. But you gotta make it make sense. Come on now.
But it didn't seem like Spoty's
It does
energy
make
was
sense.
matching that. It was definitely.
You just made sense of it, Spoety. It makes perfect sense. You just said it. That's exactly what it is. Hate to see my people being played like this, because they are being played for sure. These culture vultures continue to profit off of our culture and despise us at the same time. They're playing in our faces. We're the only people, the only culture that allow this sort of stuff to happen. Even with the Asian stores that are in the community, we're talking about boycotting and all that. They're playing in our faces, but profiting from us. You can consider them culture vultures as well. The K-pop groups, the Asian K-pop groups and all that, they get their culture and they get their music from us like everyone else does. And yet they despise us. Stay away from us and stay away from our culture. Stop talking about our culture. We got to start gatekeeping this, man. It's not for anyone outside of the culture because they hate us. You can't be a part of this. You can't have any of this, man. We know you're bland and boring, that you need some spirit in you, and you can only get that around black people. When you try to imitate us, we know, we get it. You ain't got no culture. That's just too damn bad. Stay away from ours.
Definitely a J Hood energy. It was a whack, defending whack energy. It came from J Hood from the beginning of the podcast. You could tell.
But if you watch it, it's like Spoety was saying things to J Hood that were like essentially like designed to get it to the. But like when you say, "Hey, that's a PC move," especially to someone who has had controversy on the internet because they were on a yard that is not like a PC yard, but a 50-50 yard. I mean, you don't really like say that to somebody like J Hood without expecting that it's going to go there. Right?
No, I understand that, but people are kind of
Yeah, you can. Shit. If he was on a 50-50 yard, and 50-50 yard is a PC yard, as Durock Creek cleared up just yesterday. I'll do a part 2 to that after this, as a matter of fact. Shout out to the homie Creek. He said, I did remember him. I should remember, I do know him. I was in the building with him. See, I told you, like, I don't be remembering some of this stuff. I was just in the building with him, the prison that I paroled for. A level 4 yard. Yeah. Not a 50-50. That's been cleared up though already. Stop talking, you don't know nothing about it. 50-50 is the same thing as a piece, as an S and Y yard. It's not, S and Y, it's 50-50. No, he went to the S and Y part. He got ran off the yard, went to the S and Y part. It's a difference, bro. If you don't know this stuff, you don't know what you're talking about, you just listening to stuff on the internet because you don't know anything about this for real, then you're going to talk out the side of your mouth because you don't know anything about it. You're just taking from us and taking from our culture, but you're not a part of the culture. These dudes going to get enough. It's black people's fault. That's whose fault it is. It's black men's fault. I remember 4 Extra bringing Adam over there to the 40s, doing a little hood vlog, basically. He was all over Adam. This my boy right here. I wish somebody would. And all the 40s was out there. And everybody was saying in the comments, these dudes look like a bunch of buffoons. Got Daddy over there, got Zaddy over there, got the white man over there, and the way they just praising them, it was crazy. Yeah, I believe I had covered that. I believe it was crazy. I didn't want to come down too hard on them because if you know, you know. I didn't want to make it seem like I was picking on, but whatever hood would have did that, I'd have said something about it. And I remember saying at that time that happened, that I can't even go over there. A lot of black neighborhoods I can't go to and be safe. Damn near all of them. and be safe amongst my own people. I can't even go over there. You can't go over there. Whether you gangbang or not, whether you from a hood or not, whether you're from their enemy hood or not. Because we've been so indoctrinated, we hate each other so much that another black man can't even walk down the street in a so-called black neighborhood. But Adam22 is over there being canonized and venerated, put on a pedestal. It's my boy right here, hugging him and shit, licking his freaking ass. I thought it was just a disgusting display of raccoonism. Whether they know it or not, that's how a lot of these gang members end up looking, like a bunch of raccoons, individuals who hate their own people but love these people. And then, of course, he turned on them, blew off his hand, and he laughed about it, and put his enemy on there and profited off of it and all of that. Now you got to come back to the black community. Now you got to ask black people to support you, to patronize your business and blow your channel up and support your content. I'm not talking about Spoety Face. This is my nephew. Spoety Face did stand up to Adam sometimes, at least. He did check him on some stuff, at least. Him and Moose Man would really be the ones that would do that. Not even Munchie B. Not enough. No. And Hefe, nah, not really. Spoety Face would have some comebacks. Moose Man as well. So, I'm talking about some of these other characters, a lot of these other dudes that have been on there, that have their own podcast. They lead to No Jumper and they calling on black people to support them and blow their YouTube channels up and all that. No, go tell Adam to do it. Tell Adam and his supporters to do it. Go to that community and tell them to watch your content, see how far you get. Because you turned on us, you turned on your community for him. I remember 4 Extra sitting on there saying, doing a podcast with Adam saying, Adam's my boy. This my friend. This my boy. And he's standing up. You know how he get. This my boy. Man, I wish somebody would. I'll break somebody. I wish somebody would do something to Adam and all of that. Who's he talking about? Little freckle-faced Jimmy? He gonna break his jaw for playing with Adam? No. He's talking about me, somebody who looks like me. Anybody who say something bad about Adam and got something to say about it, you support Adam that much, you ready to turn on your people and harm your people for him? Now look what happened though. Now he cut you off, laughed at you, laughed in your face, had your enemies on the channel, laughing at you when you blew your hand off. A very serious situation, life-changing, permanent damage. You can get a black eye, you didn't lose a fight. Blew your hand off. And he laughing while you're in the hospital. Yeah, that's what happened. That's why 4 Extra left. He felt so deeply about it that he's never been back on it. You tell me what happened. Adam played it down like it was just nothing. 4 Extra just overreacting. That's not how he felt. He left and ain't been back. He was hurt. He said he thought him and Adam were friends. I don't know why you thought that, because he don't understand the nature. He doesn't understand the history. That's why. He was playing in your face. And then, as I said, the same people who you said you would defend Adam against, meaning you would bring harm to, are the same people you now have to come to and say, buy my rap music and subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch my YouTube videos so I can make some money. Tell Adam that. That's whose back you had. You didn't have our back. You said, F us, that you got Adam's back. Adam can come to your hood, not me. What the hell I'm subscribing to your channel for? Tell Adam to do it. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what happens all the time in the black community. These people go over there, get their wake-up call, and then come right back to the community because you can't go nowhere else. Don't nobody want your black ass. You just don't know that. You don't get it until you go out and you figure it out sooner or later that you are hated, despised even in this world. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Pay attention. And once you figure it out, you come back to the only people that will accept you. You come back to the only people who understand you. You come back to the only people who care about you and who do not despise you. Your own people. You have no choice but to come back. That's why you see these people leave and then come back to the black community. They don't come back under their own volition. They don't come back because they made a mistake and what did I do? Abandoning my people and selling out. They come back because they get kicked out from over there. They're not wanted. And when they finish using them up, they spit them out and they have nowhere else to go. And black people, so foolish, so loving, so freaking forgiving, we welcome them back. You can come on back home. Come on back, baby. We try to tell you. You had to learn the hard way, huh? They didn't want you, huh? Come on back. Here's some, let mama fix you a plate of food. We love you. You didn't have to abandon us like that. We accepted OJ back. OJ came back and started going to black churches. Yeah. Ready to riot over OJ. Black people were ready to die. If he got found guilty, it was going to be a riot. Over someone who hates us, who has denounced us. But we have so much low self-esteem that we will accept these people back. We just happen to have a celebrity with us. You're not with us. They show that. They say that. They prove that. But we'll still accept them back. So I just wanted to make that point. Y'all think about this when y'all right there with Adam. Turning on your own people. When he chews you up and spits you out like he does everyone, don't come running your ass back over here with us. Don't come back to the black community acting like you're one of us after you just over there licking his balls. No, you stay over there. Now, that's how I feel, but I'm very militant. I'm very different than an average black person even. I'm totally different. I have a totally different mindset. Trust me. So chances are you'll still be welcome back, whomever you are, just not by me.
Place in that because that's after J Hood said we could squabble.
They both
that's
escalated.
after. That's after J Hood, and then Spoty's like, "Oh, you doing this kind of?" He felt like he was clout chasing. That's why he said,
Bro, thank you, man. Shout out to Moose, man. He's the only person up there with a common sense, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Moose man got potential to go all the way, and not just because he's taking up for me, bro, or not because he just used the logic and common sense, bro, and common sense. When I say people, this is another narrative. This is another narrative people putting out there. People putting out there. Even J Hood said it. That's false. They say, "Oh, well, Spoty Face called him a PC." I never directly called him a PC. I indirectly called him a PC, which meaning I didn't even call it. What I mean by that is that I felt what he was doing was a PC move. I never said, "Oh, you a PC." I said, "What you're doing, man." I said, "That's a PC move." I never said you're a PC. I said that's a PC move, meaning, like, bro, if you had a problem, if you wanted to do it up, you could have just told me when we had the first episode. You knew coming in here, I had a problem with Wack. I was talking mess about Wack on the first episode. Munchie was too. It wasn't a problem until I'm assuming Wack got in your ear or y'all, whatever the case was, because you didn't have none of that energy as far as the Wack slander on the first episode. You just didn't, brother. You just didn't. So again, another narrative I want to clear up is I never called him like, "Oh, you a PC." I said, that's a PC stuff, because if you wanted to do it up, why did you wait to go on camera to do it?
Man, it don't matter. You ain't got to explain nothing, nephew. What you need to do is get my phone number. You ain't got to explain nothing. We need to holler. You know the ins and outs of some stuff. We don't need to, you ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. You ain't got to explain nothing. These other dudes, they popping it, making content. You just gonna make video after video. Y'all some busters and biatches. Man, I don't know who these dudes talking to. Man, you ain't got to explain nothing, bro. These dudes want to get for these dudes playing, man. Let me shut up. Yeah, man, we gonna holler, bro. Yeah, you don't explain nothing. Man.
We could have did it up before or after, or just talk like men before or after. We could have got us understanding before or after. After the same way me, Munchie, and young Aunt Hefe did. Smart said that's a piece of more like, bro, like what is you? That's the case. We could have, you know what I'm saying? We could have been did that. And that's what I meant by that. But shout out to you, Moose. You seem like you're the only person up there with common sense right now. I'm gonna need y'all to step y'all intelligence up. Come on now, Doughboy and Ricky. Y'all way smarter than that. Come on, brothers. Y'all way smarter than that. Don't let that fly, bro. I don't like that yes man.
No, they not. No, they not. No, they not. Adam got the right people around him that will never challenge him for real, that lets him get away with this divisiveness that he brings to our people and our culture. And I'm sick of all of these people speaking on our culture anyway. All of them. If you're not black, just stay away from it, bro. That's it. Stop speaking on it because you don't like us. I don't give a damn what you are. If you're not black, stay away from our people, stay away from our culture. Stop stealing from us, because I'll tell you what, we're waking up, we're sick of it. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, boy, we waking up, we getting it. Finally. I mean, I've been got it many years ago. But my people are really starting to get it, finally starting to get it. There's change is coming. Y'all gonna get enough of this stuff. Yeah, we're gatekeeping our culture from now on. We're gatekeeping our secrets. We're not sharing them with the people who secretly and openly, overtly despise us and profit from us, come in our neighborhoods and unalive our children and think they're going to be able to sleep at night and that their kid can sleep at night. No, sir. Those days are long gone. There's a change coming, I'm telling you. I feel it in the air.
I don't like that yes man stuff, man. Come on now. Shout out to you, Moose.
They ain't gonna say nothing.
The PC comment, I feel like, and then that escalated even further. But J Hood had already said we could squabble. After the pod, we could squabble.
I mean, hey, it was just as surprising to me as everybody. Everybody thinks they have like divine knowledge of how these things are going to play out, and in reality, I thought that J Hood was just going to be a good addition to the pod, and I thought, notably, when I had Munchie and J Hood on the podcast together, I talked about how I thought that it was important that I get them on the same page.
To be fair, think J Hood will be a perfect addition to the Tuesday show. I mean, he got his little stuff going with Munchie. I don't know they're gonna patch it up. You know what I'm saying? That or whatever the case is, me and J Hood, we cool. I don't got a problem with J Hood. It's just the fact that we can't coexist, because even though we squabble, it's going to be the same thing every day, because I'm not going to never hold back my slander from Wack. It's just not going to happen, brother. It's just not going to happen. So that's the only thing that we won't be able to coexist. It's not about who's scared of who or who's tougher than who. We could do it up anytime. But if J Hood is saying Rat No Honey is his uncle and he's willing to take on any beefs, it's like we can't pod, because anytime I get a chance to take shots at Wack, I'm just doing it, bro. That's just where it's in. That's just where I'm in my life. That's just where he at. Anytime he get a chance, he's taking shots at me. That's
Real
just where
ones
we at
don't.
right now. It's sad.
Real ones don't. Real ones don't. Biatch. Man, fuck him and his family, bro, and whoever got his back.
It's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. That's just what it is. So that's why I say if he could have got past that, if he would have came in with the same attitude he would have been on the first Tuesday show that he was on, it could have been cool. I think he would have fit in just fine. I think he got a lot of potential, you know what I'm saying, and can go a long way. But me and him can't coexist, because I'm not gonna never hold back or suppress, you know what I'm saying, or oppress my Wack slander. It's not gonna happen. He's a transmission lover. He likes boys. He likes getting rim jobs, and he like his groceries being eaten. And they call him 3-Finger Louie. He likes 3 up and 3 down. I keep
Food for less. Ralph's, Albertsons, Vons even. The grocery store. It all makes sense.
telling you guys that. Korjak whack. Whack Korjak. He likes to pull up next to parks where kids play or school areas and use fifis to beat his meat.
Watch your kids.
So everybody can see with no tent. He likes to go on Hollywood Boulevard.
Broad daylight. Watch your kids. Pee Wee Herman, a black Pee Wee Herman creeping around in cars. Broad daylight in front of schools. Watch your kids, bro. It's crazy.
Santa Monica Boulevard and get boys and don't pay them. You have all these millions and millions of dollars, but everybody coming out here talking about you haven't paid them yet. This is a fact. This is not that's something that I'm making up. There's no fairy tales or make believes. These are all facts. And I'm not going to stop saying that for nobody. So go ahead.
I didn't know that there was going to be any potential for conflict between Spoety Face and J Hood, and I didn't know that the whack thing was going to be the thing that like was so serious that they would feel the need to go handle each other out in the.
Why would you say that, Adam? I don't believe that for 1 second. When Wack is going on Clubhouse and he's going on your show and every other show, telling you exactly what's going to happen, telling you exactly what he plans to do, telling you exactly what pieces he putting in. I just don't believe that, brother. I don't believe that at all. You good though? I'm not mad at all.
Parking lot.
But you don't feel any responsibility for you being the person that headed the whack conversation and kind of brought up the things. So Spoety wasn't saying any gay stuff. You're like, Spoety's always saying whack's gay, and then that sparked the conversation that led to the fight.
I mean, like, I don't understand how me bringing up a person that one of them likes and one of them doesn't like is like why would I think that would lead to them fighting?
Look at the smile.
Because he said it. Because J Hood said he has Uncle Wack's back. He'll squabble anyone that has a problem with him or has anything to say about him. Then you brought up Spoety Face and Wack's beef. After J Hood just said he has Wack's back and will squabble anyone that has a problem with his Uncle Wack. That's why. You think we're all dumb, huh? Think we're all just a bunch of chimps, huh? Look at Ricky, Doughboy. Ain't said a word. Doughboy normally is just so assertive and active verbally during these podcasts. I haven't heard the man say a word yet. Not gonna call this man out.
On his face. And this right here is what frustrates me so bad, because he said he don't think how he can do it. You how? When you seen what just transpired from what you was being messy, from you starting up lighting a flame, the same thing when you said, "Oh, I'm chipping out." You didn't feel like you didn't see you want to say too. You didn't see how that affected or was disrespectful to black people, because you wasn't saying it towards them. You were just saying like, "I'm lost, man." You know, I don't get his humor, you know, but yeah, this who Adam22 is, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him, man. He built a mega platform. He gave me an opportunity. I ain't mad at him at all. I ain't mad at him at all. He do what he want to because everybody allows him to do what he want to. So keep running up. Keep doing what you doing, Adam. They're going to allow you to do it. They're going to allow you to say it. Keep doing it. Got no problem with the man at all. He gave me one of my first opportunities. No problem with the man at all. Don't agree with everything he say. He's a liar. I don't agree with the antics and the shenanigans. I ain't got no problem with Adam22 or no jumper, man. Again, like I said, they're slandering me. They're gonna keep taking little shots at me, but I'm not gonna burn the house down on the way out. I'm just not gonna do that. I got more class than that. Way more class than that. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would, but if I'd said that and I didn't think that would lead to them fighting and it did, I feel like I would have a responsibility to defuse a situation.
No. I don't think that the responsibility comes in there. That's why I asked Adam why he didn't stop it the way that you stopped the altercation happening between Moose and
You're
Wack.
supposed to jump in front of Spoety like that.
You basically said that you just, because you don't want violence at the building. So even though these are two established Crips, reputables from their hood, you feel like you shouldn't insert yourself in their problems. You are the boss of this building, which gives you the right to say, nah, like this is a violence-free space, even friendlies.
I could have tried. I could have said,
like,
like, no, please don't go fight. But ultimately, like, if they want to leave the building and go fight, it's kind of like out of my hands, right?
Yeah, I just don't think it's.
I just in that moment would have liked you to see you be like, nah, bro, like I'm not cool with that. Because
if I knew that Spoety Face was going to go and get the whoopty wop, then I would have probably said that. But I thought that they were going to do something that was.
Never went and got nothing, y'all. Never went and got nothing.
Nephew want to clear that up. He's like, I ain't with. Look, he got his hands up. Look, I ain't with got nothing, y'all. What this dude talking about? Wow. So he has to go get the whoopty wop in order for you to want to intervene. No one had to get the whoopty wop between the Moose Man and Wack for you to intervene. That's the question that they're asking. You still not standing on it and just living up and answering the question directly, or falling on the sword and saying, yeah, you're right, I probably should have intervened. I don't know what's going on with this fucking light of mine, man. It's getting on my nerve. F this dude and his dead gay son, man. It's real, man. These dudes playing, bro. This stuff needs to be stopped, man. This stuff needs to be stopped, man. We gonna holler, man. I'm gonna leave it right there for now. It's already been going almost an hour. Spoety Face still has some more to say. Got about another half. I'll probably do the second half to it at some point. There you have it. Spoety Face, again, his title, go check him out. Adam22, Snithches on Spoety Face and Munchie B. So I guess got some other stuff coming up. Munchie B and all that. And Munchie B already said when he was there, that's why he quit, because somebody called the police on him. He said it was Poetic Flacco. I don't know. That's what he said on his channel. That they took video of him of something that resembled a weapon in his pocket and then called the police on him. It's people telling him the police in the parking lot. This is live. This is in real time. As he's there on the podcast, somebody take a video of it, post it to the Instagram. The police in the parking lot. These dudes about to go to jail. Now, Adam saying Spoety done went and got the whoopty wop. The blicky. For a fight? I doubt it. The rules are, for the most part, you don't go retrieve it unless you're going to use it. That's the rule of thumb. So Spoety said he ain't had nothing. He didn't go and retrieve anything. He was on here on this podcast talking about this, though, saying that he did. He heard different people and all of this. I don't know, man. This stuff is crazy. It's out of hand. I know I done went on a rant. Shit. Sometimes I'll be going too long on these videos. I didn't mean to go this long. I don't play 20 minutes of his. And people make me freaking sick. That's why it's disgusting, bro. Make me want to freaking vomit. Nevertheless, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll do a part 2. I want to finish it up too. I want to see what else Spoety has to say about this situation. See what else these individuals have to say about Spoety Face, or this individual, Adam. See how he continues to throw him under the bus now that he's not there, and make sure that Spoety Face never comes back. When he has a chance now to get him back, he just takes accountability for some of his actions, perhaps calls Spoety Face behind the scenes and have a mea culpa, apologize. Say you were wrong. Yeah, you're right. You said there was a toxic work environment, to paraphrase, that you should come to work and feel safe, and you should. I should have intervened. You have individuals here. Moose Man saying you should take some responsibility because you the one brought it up that that Spoety Face has a problem with Wack after J Hood sat here and said what he said. You started this shit. You knew exactly what you was doing. Ricky finally said something and said, well, you didn't jump in like that with Moose, or you Spoety Face and J Hood like you did with Moose Man and Wack. You saying because you didn't want any problems in your, you the CEO. I just would have liked to hear you say that you wanted to stop right then, that you could have stopped it. And he could have stopped. He could have, they all lick his balls. If he'd have told J Hood, you'll never come back here to no jumper again. That's out. Stop it right then and there. Just like he told the gay mob boss the other day. Told him, stop talking like, shut up, stop talking like that. And he stopped, shut up, started laughing. Yeah. 3 fingers up there. He started laughing. He stopped. If he told J Hood, there's no, don't call nobody out for a squabble here. When J Hood said squabble up, if he said, no, you can't squabble up here or up the street or down the street or anything that has to do with this podcast. What you do when you go home, out there on the streets and all that, that's fine. But here you can't fight. Then there would not have been a fight. There wasn't a fight, but they would have never even gotten up. Trust me. J Hood would not have gotten up. What Zaddy says goes. He would not have gotten up. But he didn't do that. He didn't even think to do that. Instead, Lush went out there to go record it. And the other dude sitting there, the young dude talking about, yeah, we got to film this. It was a joke. It was a game. They could have really been out there hurting one another. And Spoety Face made a video after he left No Jumper, explaining in grand detail why he left No Jumper, which was again the paraphrase, that it was a toxic work environment. It's a violent work environment. He doesn't feel safe. Didn't feel safe there. He's not going there to squabble up and kill people and all of that. Going to the pod. And instead of Adam looking at that and taking that, and then even with people here confronting him saying the same thing, that you should have stopped that, the man saying he didn't feel safe here, and you could have stopped that by just standing up saying, no, there's no fighting here, just like you did between Wack and Moose. You could have stood up and said, no, there's no fighting here on this podcast or anywhere around this podcast, surrounding this podcast, or fighting because of anything that was said on this podcast, etc. We're podcasting. We're going to have differences of opinion. We're grown men. We're going to be professional, and that's it. And everybody would have went along with that, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Hell, they didn't fight as it is. They didn't ever even went outside. He knows that. He could have stopped that, but he didn't want to. It's content. People start talking about it, talking about the J Hood fight. They still talking about it days later. They making 50 videos out of a fight that never happened. Though individuals really could have got hurt because they went outside to hell. And if someone really would have had a weapon on them. This is not a game out here on the streets. The streets are not dead. Individuals hooping and hollering, running around all the time talking about the streets are dead, LA is dead and all that. The streets are not dead. People are out here getting unalived in the streets every day. I don't know which of them. Every day. Every day. Somebody getting popped, bro, in the head in LA. Every day. The streets are not dead. Some of these suckers are. They're changing the game. They're trying to change the game, but there's still some solid individuals, and the streets are not dead. They're still very violent. They're still very political. Believe me. This thing could have escalated into something else. And instead of coming out here again and saying, well, you know what? I seen Spoety Face's video as to why he was upset. I don't want none of my people. I don't want any of my employees feeling this way. Not just Spoety Face. I don't want any employee feeling like this is a trap when he comes to this building, when he comes to work. It's a possible trap, or he doesn't know who's going to show up and what they're going to be on when they show up. This means you have no control over your workplace, or you're in on it. But instead of coming out like a man and addressing that to Spoety Face and saying that you were wrong, yeah, I could have stopped this. And I watched Spoety Face's video, and I want him to come back. I want to keep building with him, keep building this podcast with him as men. And so I had to call him and let him and apologize and let him know I was wrong. And I had to talk with J Hood and let him know there'll never be a fight on this podcast. I'm not going to force you guys to podcast together. If you feel like you can, cool. If not, I'll move you over here, and keep you right here, and we're going to thrive like that. Be the boss, be the CEO, figure this out, work it out correctly. But instead, no, this is a simple fix. Man, Spoety Face sitting right here saying, I ain't got no beef with him. We ain't got no beef. Ain't no thing. I ain't got no problem with him coming on the podcast, whatever. This is easy. But you want the drama. You want the nonsense. You want black men out here killing each other. But what happens with that sort of situation, people like to, like the other Little Richard, people like them, what happens is eventually when they have the people over here fighting, pitting people against one another, being manipulative, profiting off of these people's misery and turmoil that they helped to cause, eventually these said people wake up over here. They wake up eventually. They wake up and realize these individuals are causing all of this havoc. It's them. They're the common denominator in every problem. They're causing every situation. We're the puppets and they're the puppet masters. They're pitting us against one another. And what happens is sooner or later they wake up and realize this. In turn, that angst, violence, and anger that they had towards one another that you help to manipulate and bring in and place it where it needs to be on the individuals who actually are starting all of this stuff and created all of this conflict. Wake up and say, it's them. The whole time, it's been them. They're the problem. Get rid of them, we get rid of the problem. That day is coming. Stay safe and stay free, people.